Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Emily and today I'm doing a book tag, and that is the Cozy Christmas book tag. I will leave the original tag person down below, and if I remember I'll try to leave the questions down below too, because I know that can be annoying if they're not there, but if not, I'm very sorry. Anyway, I have my long Santa hat on for this special Christmas tag, and I've got my tree in the background, and I'm sorry if my voice sounds off. I am getting over the flu and pneumonia, so we're just working with it. I promise there will be no coughing in this video. I will edit it out, so if there is, you'll never know. So we're gonna get right into it. Number 1, Twinkling Lights. What is the most beautiful book you own? Now, I haven't been getting a whole lot of physical books, so I'm just going with what I have, and I know that I probably have other ones, but I'm going to give you one of the ones that I find beautiful, and that is The Bone Witch by Rin Chapeko. So if you can see, it's stunning. The cover is absolutely beautiful, and it's shiny, and I just love it. There's something about the purples and the gold foiling here, and the girl on the rock, and the skull, and the way that the font is, like, I just absolutely love it. The back is also beautiful, and you know, the inside flap is beautiful, and I mean, it's just a generic book on the hardcover, but I love it. And the chapter things even have a little design, so it is one of the most beautiful books that I own. Question number 2, The Perfect Tree. Will you pay more to get the prettiest edition of a book? The answer is going to be no, because I don't have a lot of space on my shelves for physical books. Most of the time I already have the book, whether it's an ebook or physical copy, so I don't need multiple ones. If I can find really nice editions on sale and I don't already own the book, then fine. There is the special editions for Robin Hobb's Farseer trilogy that I would really like to get, so that's pretty much about it. Other than that, I usually just would rather get new books than special edition books, unless, like, I can't live without it, so, which is hardly ever, I know, shameful, but that's pretty much my thoughts on that. Number 3, build a snowman. Make a Christmas book stack, color, or theme. And I have come prepared. I have these. So we've got Cloud in a Cornfield, A Dangerous Collaboration, House of Earth and Blood, and The Gilded Wolves. And these are my Christmassy book stack. I came prepared. I was not getting up off this floor to go look for more books. I knew what I needed to do. Number 4, Crackling Fire. What book makes you feel warm and cozy? See, this one's like really hard, and I forgot the book over there, and I'm not going to get it. I was not prepared. Scratch what I said earlier. I am not prepared. But I have some other books that could go for that, which I'll show you in the next few. But essentially, I think that The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue is a very, like, cozy book. Not a lot happens, but, like, it's very character driven, and I like it. I like the atmosphere and the story behind it. So for me, that one was a cozy, warm read. Number 5, Knee High Socks. What is the longest book you've read? So I kind of have 2. So the second one that's a runner-up is 109 pages, and that is Ship of Magic by Robin Hobb. I know when I get to later books, they'll be bigger, but right now, this one's the second runner-up, and I believe the longest book that I've read so far is 980 pages, and that is Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. This is the last book in her Throne of Glass series. Absolutely loved it. Didn't think it was too long because I could spend so much time with these characters, and I honestly need to do a reread of this series, so maybe next year. But this is definitely the longest book that I have ever read, I believe. Number 6, Ugly Sweater. What's the ugliest book you own? Now, I'm not sure if this is the absolute ugliest book I own, but it's one of them. I hate this cover. I mean, it's okay, but I really don't like it, and that is Elantris by Brandon Sanderson. You've got, like, the city there and these two characters, and it's just, I don't know, it doesn't feel like something that would draw my attention to it at the bookstore. Like, if you didn't know who Brandon Sanderson was, I'm not sure that you would want to pick this up, because honestly, I wouldn't. But I'm hopefully going to get to this in January. So hopefully the cover does not match what's on the inside of this book. Hopefully. We'll see. Number 7, Blizzards. A book set in winter or a book that gives you chills or has dark themes. So a book set in the winter, I picked up The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. I think I read this last year in February. I could be wrong. But I absolutely love this. But this one is pretty much set in the snow the entire time. And it's like a fairy tale-esque. And it could also count for like warm and fuzzy. So here's another one for that. But I really enjoyed this series. And I think that I would be willing to pick it up and reread it. So yeah, this one was probably my favorite in the series. So this one could probably do with another reread during like a winter storm. And lastly, question number 8, home for the holidays. For the rereaders out there, are there any books that feel like going home? I think it's different for everyone. It just depends on your tastes and like what your favorite books are. But for me, a book that makes me feel like I'm going home and it's just such a comfort to read is Under a Painted Sky by Stacey Lee. I read this last year, the year before, for my book club at the library and fell in love with it. I immediately reread it 3 more times, and then I reread it again later, and then I just reread it in November. I absolutely love this story. It is so beautiful. We're following Sam and Andy, and they're both persons of color. Andy is black and Sam is Chinese, and they are kind of caught in something bad happening, so they're running away, but this takes place like in the frontier, yeah, and 1849, yeah. And they're traveling across the United States essentially, and they end up running into a group of guys and they kind of travel with them, and it's just such a heartwarming book, and it's so unique. I've never read a book like this before, and I absolutely fell in love with it. This one's probably one of my favorite books of all time. I could just reread this and find different meanings throughout the whole thing. Like, I just love this book. It's so good. If you haven't picked this up and you need like one book to read this year, please read this one if you haven't. And if you have, reread it. It's so good, especially the audiobook. I really enjoyed the audiobook of this too. So that was everything for the Cozy Christmas book tag. I hope you enjoyed seeing all the books that I used for these answers. I really enjoy each and every one of them, and I am super excited to see if I do this next year, what my answers will look like, and if some of them will still be the same. So yeah, like this video if you liked it. Comment down below letting me know what book makes you warm and fuzzy all year round, if you reread it or not. And subscribe if you want to. I'd greatly appreciate it. And until my next video, I will see you guys again soon. Bye!